My name is Lesley Marshall and I'm a lay reader at St Catherine's here in Telegraph Hill, New Cross. Today, in the Christian calendar, this is the 7th Sunday after Easter and 3 days after we celebrated Ascension Day when Jesus ascends to heaven. Today's Gospel reading is John chapter 17, verse 1 to 11. In this passage, Jesus prays to God for guidance, but also asks God to protect his disciples. In the previous passage, Jesus has been teaching and preparing his disciples and his followers for their mission, that is, to continue Jesus' work on earth in spreading the good news of God's love to all. But Jesus also lets them know it is not going to be easy. As usual, Jesus does not mince his words. It is going to be tough, and it's likely that the disciples will be persecuted. So at the beginning of chapter 17, Jesus looks to heaven and prays. In some translations it says Jesus turned to heaven, or in others Jesus turned up to heaven. Whichever way, we all look to heaven for guidance from God. But that can be being up on a mountain or on a hill. But I have found in this time of lockdown, it could also be in listening to the bird's song, the silence, and the smell of a touch of a flower. Here in St Catherine's, also seeing God's kingdom during this lockdown, when several of us in St Catherine's have been regularly phoning people who are isolated or who we knew might be struggling. These are people we have known and not known. In these acts of kindness, we have been phoning them to find out how they are. And from the feedback we have, I know that these people have very much appreciated this phone contact to find out how they are. In this passage, Jesus says to God, I know that my time has come. That is, the time of his crucifixion, death, resurrection and ascension. This means that he is leaving his disciples. And I'm imagining that when the disciples heard this, they would have been scared and frightened, concerned that Jesus is leaving them on their own and how they will manage. When people leave, it is usually the people who are left behind that give the people prayers and support. But on this occasion, it is Jesus who is leaving, and he is praying for those who are left behind. Jesus' love for his disciples and those who follow him comes through as he is asking God to protect his disciples. He's thinking of their welfare, even though he's about to face the most tough challenge and suffering. Jesus wants his disciples and his followers to know that they are not going to be abandoned. He's not going to leave them, that he will be with them always. The verse that I really like in this passage is the last one, when Jesus asks that all Christians be united, that they be one like he and the Father are. The world has united in trying to deal with this worldwide pandemic against the COVID-19 virus. I've been amazed how the world has come together and tried to fight this virus. So many countries have gone into lockdown. Fortunately, in this country, we do have some resources to help people manage with this lockdown. I know it's not been easy. I know it's been hard, but it is beginning to work. In London, the R number, as we've become to get familiar with this word, has gone down. But as the ease down begins, lockdown was easy, unlocking is not going to be easy. We mustn't become complacent. We must still ensure we keep to social distancing. We do not want the virus to come back again. We also still need to show acts of kindness to those who are having to stay at home or having to be shielded. They still need our support. during the lockdown, this community has really united with the volunteers who have been delivering the food boxes around the hill. Every week, volunteers from the hill station donate, pack and deliver food boxes. I believe it is well over 100 every week now. And to those who get those boxes, who I've spoken to, they very much appreciate them and are very grateful. Christians around the world are currently praying as part of their Kingdom Come programme that started last Thursday and will finish next Sunday, Pentecost, the arrival of the Holy Spirit. It's a great opportunity for us all to pray for those who we know and we don't know, and those who are on the front line of dealing with this COVID virus, both in this country and in other countries. Some people may say, what is the point of prayer? But I believe prayer is very powerful. It is much appreciated by those who know they are being prayed for. But alongside prayer, we should continue to show acts of kindness and love to those we do and don't know. And this will glorify God's name. Amen.